I was tired of my ex-husband's constant chattering. After the divorce, I found myself a quiet, obedient boyfriend. Little did I know, he was my ex-husband's big nephew, playing deaf and mute just to help his true love steal my ex-husband back. My ex came crawling back, asking for reconciliation. Meanwhile, his true love was making trouble at every turn. This messy love triangle? I was sinking deeper and deeper into it. But they all forgot, I've been bullied enough. I'm no longer the soft, easily manipulated person they once knew. This revenge game? I'll play it to the end. I had just entered the dormitory when I heard someone teasing. UGE, what's it like pretending to be mute and chasing after your own aunt? I paused instinctively, standing at the door. After a long while, a deeper voice answered. Let it be. Through the crack in the door, I saw a tall guy sitting on a chair with his legs crossed. His eyelids lowered, wearing an expression of world-weary contempt. So, when are you planning to break up? Doesn't it bother you not talking to her every day? Does it bother you to talk every day? He fiddled with his phone, looking annoyed. Let's talk when I'm bored of this. I didn't say a word, pretending I didn't hear, and turned to walk downstairs again. I sent him a message. I'm here. Where are you? He replied almost instantly. Got it. Coming down right now. In a few seconds, a figure ran out of the dorm building. Meng Changyu was still wearing that black hoodie, but the annoyed look disappeared, replaced by a bright, enthusiastic smile. He grinned and walked up to me, lowering his head to tap on his phone. Big sis, have you been waiting long? Not long. He looked at me for 2 seconds, then blinked and typed again. You're upset? Is it because you've been waiting too long? I turned and glanced at the boy holding his phone, carefully trying to please me. I sighed and said, no, just work stuff. Ah, he lowered his eyes, his expression one of disappointment. It was such a difference from the look he had in the dorm room. For a moment, I even wondered if the scene had been a figment of my imagination. He obediently sat in the passenger seat, then suddenly seemed to remember something. Can you wait for me a few more minutes? I nodded, and the boy immediately opened the car door and ran out. While waiting for him, I hesitated for a moment before opening G. Wiley's contact. Earlier, you mentioned you have a nephew. What's his name? I got a reply from someone I hadn't contacted in a while. G. Wiley. Meng Changyu. G. Wiley. Something wrong? Just as I was about to reply, the car door opened. I hurriedly shoved my phone in my pocket, and Meng Changyu got in. He put his hands in his pockets, buckled his seatbelt, then pulled out a strawberry lollipop. He pushed it in front of me. For me? The boy nodded. Not mad, right? I'm a scholarship student funded by G. Wiley. I married him because he needed me. He needed a compliant wife to deal with his family's pressure for marriage. And I was the perfect candidate. When I was with him, I rarely had a chance to get to know his family. But I did have some impression of his big nephew. A rich second generation who wasn't shy about his status. The spoiled, troublemaking young master who could drive even G. Wiley crazy. This spoiled brat, now sitting next to me, pretending to be obedient, was pretty amusing. The car stopped at a red light, and I glanced at him. Kiss me. The boy froze for a moment, then his eyes deepened. Without needing me to repeat myself, he leaned in and kissed me firmly on the lips. Even when Meng Changyu played the role of a mute, there was an inherent aggression in his kiss that couldn't be masked. Suddenly, a car next to us honked twice. Before I could react, the horn sounded again. I turned, and only then realized the car next to us had rolled down its window. A very familiar face appeared. G. Wiley? I instinctively tensed up. But then I remembered, he couldn't control me anymore. The man's face wasn't exactly happy, his tone mocking. Can't wait, huh? I smiled. Young people have lots of energy. Hope I didn't embarrass Mr. G. Wiley's expression darkened as his gaze shifted from me to the person sitting in the passenger seat. I subconsciously tensed up, blocking him with my body. The light turned green, and I quickly rolled up the window. I glanced back at Meng Changyu, who was staring out the window, lost in thought. I suddenly became curious. If G. Wiley discovered his big nephew was the one kissing me today, what would his reaction be? But this was so interesting. I didn't want to end it so soon. Once inside, Meng Changyu hurriedly threw himself at me. He eagerly kissed my lips. I don't like him. Who? Your ex-husband. Oh. I leaned in, rubbing his ear. Funny, I don't like him either. He picked me up with one arm and tossed me onto the bed. I gasped and wrapped my arms around his neck. He smirked silently, a look of triumph in his eyes. I suddenly remembered what his dorm mate had asked him earlier. What's it like chasing after your aunt? He had answered, just like that. But for me, it was different. Chasing after my ex-husband's big nephew? Now that was something. G. Wiley was also once crazy. But it was the kind of crazy that comes with power. He only took, never gave. I couldn't even say I enjoyed it. But Meng Chongyu was different. I knew he was trying to please me. That feeling of satisfaction reached its peak once I learned his true identity. Just as he was impatient to begin, the doorbell suddenly rang. Don't answer it. Soon, the doorbell turned into a phone ringing. It must be something important. I patted Meng Chongyu's head gently. I reached for my phone with one hand. It was G. Wiley. I'm not home. I saw your car outside. Open the door. I hesitated for a moment. It's not convenient right now. The person outside seemed to be lighting a cigarette. Are you with him? We're divorced. It has nothing to do with you. Then let's remarry. His words seemed to shock even him. Neither of us spoke. On the other end, there was a crackling noise. I spoke first. You're drunk. Let your assistant take you home. You open the door first. It's really not convenient. Hey, Lin Chinwe, you're getting bolder. He seemed to remember something and sneered. I forgot. The time you kissed me while I was drunk. Pretending to be crazy and asking me to marry you. Your guts were always this big. The call ended. I was still stuck in G. Wiley's words. I had once loved him. The first time I met G. Wiley was when I had just entered university. With naive courage, I rushed to his company to meet the benefactor who sponsored me. Falling for him seemed natural. I never imagined I'd one day marry him. After marriage, I lived in a pink bubble I created for myself. I thought my love alone could sustain our relationship. Until Sun Jia-ru appeared, shattering my dreams. Big sis? A hand reached from behind me. I turned around. Meng Chongyu was standing behind me. I suddenly became curious. If he knew the real reason I divorced G. Wiley was because of another woman, what would he do? Would he pretend to be mute again and try to seduce Sun Jia-ru? The mute act was getting old. Maybe he could pretend to be lame. I couldn't help but laugh at the thought. I patted Meng Chongyu's cheek. Big sis isn't in the mood right now. Let's talk another day. With that, I stood up and put on my robe. I didn't notice the complex expression on Meng Chongyu's face. That night, I woke up groggily to a vibration. S-U-G-E. The mystery bar is just waiting for you tonight. There are a few hot girls here. Really not coming for a drink? That's when I realized. I was holding Meng Chongyu's phone. I could hear the sound of him showering from the bathroom. So I placed the phone back on the bed. Soon, Meng Chongyu came out. Trying not to wake me, he tiptoed over to my side. He picked up the phone, swiped it twice, then tossed it aside and started putting on his jacket. I pretended to just wake up and opened my eyes. Going out? My mentor needs me for something. I have to go back to school. Now? It's almost midnight. Meng Chongyu shrugged with a helpless look on his face. I secretly snickered. This young master should have joined the entertainment industry. What a waste of talent. I fought the urge to roll my eyes and gently patted his head. Graduation is tough. No rights. I understand. A few minutes after he left, I slowly got up, grabbed the car keys, and followed him out. It wasn't really about anything important. I was just curious. What was the real Meng Chongyu like? Beyond the obedient, pitiful persona he showed me? After all, the first time I met him was at the hospital. I had just finished surgery. I was struggling to move around and needed help. Meng Chongyu was the one who came to apply as a caregiver. At first, I was hesitant. Not because he was mute, but because I preferred a female caregiver. But the boy was particularly eager. I've been taking care of my mom since I was young. I have a lot of experience. I promise I can do everything they do, and do it well. I had to admit, at that moment, I softened. I didn't have a father. My mother was paralyzed. And I had taken care of her just like he did with his mom. If it weren't for G. Wiley's sponsorship, I probably wouldn't have even made it through high school. So I kept him on. Just as Meng Chongyu had said. He was obedient, diligent, and considerate. Other caregivers would find any excuse to run off and rest. Only he stayed by my side day and night. He helped me with everything, including cleaning up after me. When I was feeling down, he did everything he could to cheer me up. When my appetite was poor, he would cook for me. He'd arrange my meals into cartoon shapes to make me smile and eat. The old ladies in the ward would laugh and tell me, "This kid's treating you like his girlfriend." So, Naturally. It was only a matter of time before we became a couple. During this time, I never once doubted Meng Qiangyu's identity. He often couldn't help himself from signing to me. Sometimes when he was in a good mood, I'd let him teach me a few signs. Even at the most passionate moments. He never uttered a sound. He would just look at me with wet eyes, like a satisfied dog. Of course, I never doubted him because, what second-generation rich kid could hold back to this extent? Hold back to the point where I almost thought Meng Qiangyu was playing the long game. Training himself to endure just to get to me. I used to be a regular at bars. Most of the time, I was brought there by G. Wiley. He drank, I drove. On the way back, in his Hummer, we did all sorts of reckless things. But now, I was ready to search for Meng Qiangyu's room. Suddenly, a hand grabbed me. Looking for me? I looked up, and there was G. Wiley. Just moments ago, he hadn't wanted to see me. Now he was rushing over. What was this? Playing hard to get? I'm here to find my boyfriend. I avoided his burning gaze and turned to leave. But he tightened his grip on my hand and pulled me into the men's restroom stall. G. Wiley, shout louder, bring everyone here. I glared at him. He rubbed my lips with his finger. Today, he kissed you here? None of your business. Let go of me. You little cat dared to show me your claws. Huh? You've really changed since the divorce. G. Wiley sneered. Break up with him. Why? Han Han. You should know that I hate it when others touch what belongs to me. His finger traced my face. There should be limits to your tantrums. Don't dance in my minefield. I was about to retort when he continued. When I agreed to the divorce, it was to fulfill your wish. It doesn't mean you can escape my control. This year, I gave you too much freedom. And now you've forgotten who you belong to. G. Wiley was dominant, arrogant, always on top. If he wanted to, he could erase everything I worked for in my career and life. But why? Why could the one who betrayed the marriage speak like this? You already have Sun Jiaru. Isn't that enough? At the mention of her name, G. Wiley frowned in disgust. I told you, I have nothing with her. Nothing? Your kissing pictures are all over the papers. Yeah, it was just a kiss. Why are you throwing a tantrum over it? It didn't make sense. What a jerk. I didn't want to hear him anymore and struggled to break free from his grip. Suddenly, a man's voice came from outside. Uncle, are you done yet? I froze. Was it Meng Qiangyu? G. Wiley was about to open the door. But I grabbed him back. He raised an eyebrow at me. And I avoided his sharp gaze. G. Wiley didn't move, asking, is something wrong? From the other side of the wall, Meng Qiangyu's slightly impatient voice came. I'm heading back. The driver is lending me a ride. So early? Yeah. G. Wiley called the driver. And only then did Meng Qiangyu leave. As he left, he whistled and called out. Still strong. Enjoy your time. I looked up and met G. Wiley's thoughtful gaze. You know Xiao Yu? No. Why are you avoiding him? Young man. Woman alone in a men's restroom stall? Gee, you're shameless. I want to. With that, I kicked open the door. This time, G. Wiley didn't stop me. Meng Qiangyu had left with G. Wiley's driver. He wasn't coming back to my apartment. After all, G. Wiley's driver knew exactly where I lived. Meng Qiangyu had been pretending to be someone else to get close to me. Clearly not wanting G. Wiley to find out. I didn't rush home. Just strolled leisurely along the street. The night was deep. Only a few cars passed by. Under the night sky, the neon signs were exceptionally bright. Sun Jiaru's face was plastered in front of me. If it weren't for G. Wiley, she wouldn't even be worthy of carrying my shoes. The words she once said to me echoed in my ears. Back then, I was smug. So what? He would rather marry someone like me than her. But later, her kissing video with G. Wiley spread everywhere. I broke down and demanded G. Wiley cut ties with her. But he said, Huan, can you stop being so childish? That's when I woke up from my dream. Yeah, they were all top-tier people. Sun Jiaru had grown up with G. Wiley. Was a star built by him with his capital. And I was just G. Wiley's wife, kept at home. I never even found out who his nephew was. It wasn't that I wasn't paying attention. G. Wiley never gave me the chance. Maybe, to him, I was just the dog who relieved his desires. We fought until the divorce. And G. Wiley always thought I was just being unreasonable. He thought I'd regret it one day. And I did. I regretted not leaving him sooner. Just as I was nearing home, I got a message from Meng Qiangyu. It was a selfie of him lying on the dorm bed. Meng Qiangyu, lying down now. Life really is like a play, all about acting. I asked knowingly, you just finished. didn't you, Meng Chongyu? Yeah, the mentor made me work hard. Then he sent a picture of himself in bed. Meng Chongyu, miss you. I smiled slightly. Good boy. I'll feed you next time. In the morning, I was woken up by the sound of the door opening. I walked out of the bedroom and ran into Meng Chongyu, who was holding breakfast. I was surprised. Here so early? Meng Chongyu put the bag on the table, then walked over and hugged my waist. Afraid you'd be hungry. I glanced at the logo on the bag. It was from a famous breakfast place. Far from here. I pecked the corner of the boy's lips. When I brushed my teeth, I checked my phone. A trending topic was at the top. Hashtag Sun Jia Ru heartwarming breakfast hash. I clicked on it and saw a picture of her breakfast. The caption read, "Thanks to someone for the love breakfast this morning. Starting the day full of energy." Before I exited, I noticed the logo on the bag. It was the same as the one Meng Chongyu and I bought. Coincidence? Peeved. It instantly didn't feel as delicious. When I came out of the bathroom, Meng Chongyu was standing outside, looking slightly restless. Do you have something to say? Meng Chongyu nodded and raised his phone in front of me. Next week, I need to go to Heishi. Another task from your mentor? No, it's for treatment. I raised an eyebrow, and he continued typing. I found a doctor who can treat my throat. They said there's hope for me to speak again. In that instant, I almost couldn't hold back a laugh. I had been wondering how Meng Chongyu would finally confess. And this was it? I coughed lightly. That's great. Do you want me to go with you? Meng Chongyu's eyes darted around, hurriedly typing. No, just focus on your work. I'm afraid I might not get better, and you'll be upset. It's fine. It'll definitely be fine. You're a perfectly healthy person. How could you not get better? But then I thought about it and still added. It doesn't matter if you don't get better. I won't mind. But Meng Chongyu seemed touched, pulling me into a hug. Meng Chongyu had class in the morning. And after a while of cuddling, he left. He had just left when the doorbell rang again. Did you forget something? His lips sealed mine. I was enveloped by a familiar scent. I pushed him away forcefully, wiping my mouth. Gee Wiley, what the hell is wrong with you early in the morning? Who was that leaving your house just now? No one left my house. Lin Chinwe, do you really think I'm stupid? If you knew, why ask me? Do you know who he is? Thanks to you, I found out the other day. G. Wiley squeezed my hand tightly. His eyes turned red. How dare you? It was the first time I saw G. Wiley lose control. I stared at him. How dare I? Why don't you ask him how he dared? 7 years together. If you had ever cared for me even once. If you had ever introduced me to your family after we got married. I would never have agreed to him. We glared at each other. And thinking about the past, my chest swelled slightly. He suddenly softened and hugged me. His lips brushed against my right ear. Let's break up, okay? Pretend I didn't know. I suddenly found it really funny. I won't break up. I'm not yours anymore. Who I'm with now is none of your business. G. Wiley pressed his lips together, trying to control his anger. What do you want? Money? I can give you that. Or a title. Do you think he'll marry you? I've been through marriage once. Do you think I care? Then why? Are you trying to get back at me? Hearing that, I laughed. Mr. G. You're asking the wrong person. You should be asking Meng Chongyu. Why he's been getting close to me. G. Wiley's expression grew complicated. And he reached up to gently caress my cheek. You've grown up. I stared at him, silent. After a long pause, his hand tightened slightly. He grabbed my chin. And kissed me again, disregarding my will. I bit down hard on his lip without hesitation. The man pulled back in pain. He pinched his bleeding lip and suddenly laughed. Huan, you're making me regret giving you freedom. Believe me, you'll willingly come back to me. After G. Wiley left, I collapsed to the floor, my legs giving way. I took a few deep breaths to calm myself. Just when I thought G. Wiley might make some move, I braced myself for a confrontation. Unexpectedly, G. Wiley didn't show up again. The day Meng Chongyu left for Heishi, I got a message from him. Meng Chongyu, leaving, wish me luck. Attached was a photo of his plane ticket. I replied with a cheering emoji. As I was exiting the interface, my phone pushed a notification of Sun Jia-ru's update. Sun Jia-ru, leaving. Premiere went smoothly. Sun Jia-ru was a top-tier star. Big data pushes you the hottest personalities. No matter whether you like them or not. I had ignored her before, but this time I clicked in. Her location was at the airport. And the photo showed a Heishi plane ticket. From the same breakfast to the same destination city. At that moment, Something clicked. I opened Meng Changyu's photo again and zoomed in. At the bottom right corner, there was a LV bag strap accidentally captured in the frame. I searched online for photos of Sun Jia-ru at the airport. That LV bag was one she often carried. All these little details told me that not only did they know each other, but their relationship might be deeper than I thought. So, had I misjudged from the start? Meng Changyu wasn't trying to get close to me because of Ji Wiley, but because of Sun Jia-ru. My history with Sun Jia-ru went back 4 years. After graduating from university, I officially moved into Ji Wiley's place. That's when I found out about his childhood friend, the big star. She would often call him late at night, ask him to help her with resources, and would sweetly complain to him. I got jealous. I fought with Ji Wiley about it. He told me, if I wanted her, I would have been with her long ago. Why would I need you? Later, his father forced him to marry Sun Jia-ru. Out of anger, Ji Wiley married me. There was no proposal, no wedding. The day we got our marriage license, Sun Jia-ru cried with red eyes. She looked at me and asked, "Do you really think Ji Wiley loves you? He married you to rebel against his family. But the one he truly cares about is me." At first, I didn't believe it. Until the kissing door incident broke. Everyone thought he was with Sun Jia-ru. Ji Wiley didn't explain. Instead, he arranged for a foreign movie. He helped her open up the international market. I finally woke up. But I still didn't understand. If Sun Jia-ru had instructed Meng Changyu to get close to me, why? In that three-way relationship, she should have been the final winner. A few days later, I received another message from Ji Wiley. This time, he didn't say anything. He sent me a few photos. In one, a man was walking beside a woman, with his head lowered, carrying a bag. The woman was holding her head high. Her posture was commanding. The two figures were too familiar. Meng Changyu and Sun Jia-ru. You wanted to know the reason. Here it is. Xiao Yu has liked Sun Jia-ru for a long time. But he knows she likes me. So he's been trying to get us together. When he found out I was getting married, he was the hardest to accept. For these years, they've been in contact. Wow. Didn't expect the young master to play the deep second lead role. I stayed silent as Ji Wiley continued. He went to Heishi this time to attend Sun Jia-ru's premiere. I guess he wants to get close to you and completely break our chances of remarrying. To create an opportunity for Sun Jia-ru. I thought Meng Changyu's mute act was already crazy. But the reason he got close to me was even crazier. I asked Ji Wiley, "Why are you telling me this? Don't you care? Care? Besides finding it ridiculous, I'm not angry at all. Maybe because I used up all my anger during those 2 years of marriage. When he comes back, you should break up. If you don't want to face them, I'll talk to Xiao Yu." I was curious. Ji Wiley, why are you so focused on breaking up other people's marriages, besides making me break up? Do you have any other plans? No? Then I'll hang up. Ji Wiley was taken aback. Are you still planning on being with him? Isn't that allowed? He doesn't like you. So what? You didn't like me, but I still married you. There was silence on the other end. I heard the sound of someone lighting a cigarette. I never liked anyone else. Really? Then you should learn to like someone else. That night, I dreamt. I dreamt of when I had just started college. And suddenly got a call from my aunt back home. She told me my mom had fallen and was undergoing surgery, urgently needing money. My mom had been paralyzed for years, and I had been taking care of her. When I left for school, I hired an aunt to help. Even though I worked part-time every day like a spinning top, the money I had could barely cover the aunt's salary. Desperate, I went to Ji Wiley. I was embarrassed, uneasy, and anxious. But Ji Wiley didn't hesitate. He arranged for my mom's surgery personally and told me, if the caregiver can't do the job, replace her. If she can fall once, she can fall again. You don't need to worry about her care anymore. I'm helping you focus on your studies. Not so you waste your time working part-time. From then on, besides my tuition, Ji Wiley also took on my mom's care expenses. Later, I gathered the courage to confess to him. He said, "Okay, I like obedient ones." I stayed by his side for 7 years. Later, the dream turned into one wait after another. It became my birthday. But he went to Sun Jia-ru's press conference. It became our wedding anniversary. But he didn't come home all night. I had been grateful for Ji Wiley. I had loved him. But I also hated him. It was like being trapped in a dream I couldn't wake up from. In the haze, it seemed like someone suddenly called me. "Huan, Huan, Huan, Huan?" Then someone picked me up. "Ji Wiley, what are you doing here?" As I spoke, I realized my throat was parched. You wouldn't pick up your phone. I was worried something happened to you. You have a fever. Let's go to the hospital. A fever? No wonder I felt so hot. When G. Wiley picked me up to take me out, I suddenly realized. Our front door was gone. G. Wiley had no expression. You can't get in, so I had someone tear it down. After my fever broke, I felt my mind start to clear. G. Wiley sat beside the bed. His shirt sleeves rolled up to reveal his deep blue wristwatch. I stared at the watch, feeling a little dazed. I remembered buying it with my first salary after graduating from college. I spent all my savings on it, 17,000 yuan. At the time, I thought it was so expensive. But one day, I heard Sun Jia-ru ask G. Wiley. G. J, didn't you just buy an $8 million watch? Why aren't you wearing that one? The one Huan gave me. Sun Jia-ru made a subtle expression. I've never worn something this cheap. It'll probably give me a rash. What did G. Wiley say? Probably. I'll wear it for a couple of days to cheer the little girl up. I spent all my savings. But all I got was a little comfort. Since then, I never bought G. Wiley another watch. So today, he wore it again. Was he trying to cheer me up? But it's a pity. I'm no longer that little girl. Is this how you said you could take care of yourself? You were lying unconscious at home. When I woke up, G. Wiley immediately started questioning me. It was just a fever. A fever can kill. G. Wiley paused for a moment. After I was discharged, he moved in with me. I asked my assistant to pack your things. No need. Is it because of Meng Changyu again? I kept silent. He asked again. Or is it because of Sun Jia-ru? He was getting frustrated. What do I have to do for you to believe that there is nothing between me and Sun Jia-ru? Simple. Make her disappear from the public eye. Can you do that? Impossible. Not to mention the business dealings between our families for years. But Sun Jia-ru's company now holds half of my shares. G. Wiley was getting more agitated. I've handled it before. I sent her overseas. Isn't that enough? I sneered. You sent Sun Jia-ru overseas to film for a year. And you call that handling it? I didn't want to speak. G. Wiley was upset. I don't understand. Why do you hate Sun Jia-ru so much? Qin Huan, you're not the type to make enemies with others. If you lost not just your husband but also your child because of a woman, would you forgive her? What did you say? Tears started welling up in my eyes. I lost my child, because of her. This can't be. Quote. I wiped my tears away forcefully. I found out I was pregnant 2 months before I divorced you. I wanted to tell you, but then the kissing scandal broke. Afterwards, Sun Jia-ru came with a group of people to confront me. And during the argument, I lost the baby. Just last week, I saw the doctor. The baby already had a heartbeat and a yolk sac. The doctor said it was a very healthy baby. I didn't continue speaking and lowered my gaze. If you don't believe me, you can ask Meng Changyu. He was the one who took care of me in the hospital. G. Wiley staggered a bit. His steps leaving were somewhat hurried. After G. Wiley left, I lay there for a while, drowsy, and fell asleep again. When I opened my eyes, Meng Changyu was sitting beside me. What are you doing here? Meng Changyu pursed his lips, looking somewhat unhappy. I got the news that you were hospitalized and rushed back immediately. Then I remembered that earlier in the day, Meng Changyu had asked me for a photo of my IV drip. I didn't expect him to actually come. Earlier, I had checked Sun Jia-ru's event schedule online. Her premiere was today. It wasn't a big deal, just an IV drip. And I would be discharged soon. His expression grew serious. I know, but you've had your gallbladder removed. I'm worried. Don't you even remember? I took care of you when you had that surgery. I remembered. I gave a playful smile. Little nurse, the kind who stays with me in bed. Meng Changyu's face visibly turned red. He was about to say something, but then his phone rang. I glanced at the screen instinctively. It was Ru. He quickly rejected the call and looked nervously at me. I pretended I didn't see it. What's wrong? Not going to pick up? Meng Changyu shook his head. It's a scam call. A scam call. Well, that's exactly what they are, isn't it? My illness came quickly, and left quickly. The next morning, I was almost back to normal. Meng Changyu rushed around helping me with the discharge paperwork. At this point, G. Wiley texted me. G. Wiley, when are you being discharged? I'll come pick you up. Me. No need. Your great nephew is here. G. Wiley. Ha. Now I'm definitely coming. G. Wiley. You think I'm afraid of him? All packed? You can leave now. Meng Changyu walked over, and I didn't reply to G. Wiley. I put my phone away and followed him out. When we got in the car, I suddenly remembered. Our door had been torn down. My temples throbbed. I wondered if G. Wiley had fixed it. The lock was broken, and the repairman still hadn't come. Let's stop by a nearby hotel and rest. Meng Chongyu didn't ask why, just nodded obediently. On the way, my phone kept vibrating. G. Wiley kept calling. I was annoyed and deliberately sent him my hotel location. Don't come and ruin the good mood. Then I blocked him. We entered the hotel and opened the door. Meng Chongyu immediately pushed me onto the bed. Sun Jia-ru and Meng Chongyu's photos in Shanghai flashed in my mind. I turned my head, and the boy kissed my cheek. Good girl, hang in there. I had just recovered from a serious illness, so I wasn't fit for anything too intense. Meng Chongyu's expression turned briefly gloomy, but he nodded. There was no passion, and it seemed like we didn't have much else to talk about. The atmosphere fell silent. I lowered my head, scrolling on my phone, while Meng Chongyu stared at me. Do you have something to say to me? Meng Chongyu almost imperceptibly nodded. Actually, there's something I lied about. I'm not mute. Before he could finish, another call came in. It was G. Wiley. He hung up, but then called again. He hung up again, and then called again. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore. Answer it, before Meng Chongyu could react. I stepped around him and answered the phone. Meng Chongyu, let Lin Chin-huan pick up the phone. Before he could respond, the voice on the other end continued. Stop pretending to be mute. We've known about your little affair with her for a long time. Now, pick up the phone. Lin Chin-huan, right now. In that instant, I witnessed the full transformation of the little puppy, from shock to panic, to silence. I concluded. Meng Chongyu's entire series of actions just now could be part of an acting curriculum at a film school. Why didn't you pick up my call? Not picking up, and yet you still managed to find me. Was it intentional? You wanted me to personally look for Meng Chongyu? Didn't you ask me to hurry up and get a divorce? There was a moment of silence. Then, G. Wiley suddenly laughed. Chin Huan, you've gotten smarter. I'll be there soon. Tell that little guy to keep his guard up. The call ended, and I was met with Meng Chongyu's complicated gaze. When did you find out? What do you mean? Did you know I wasn't mute? Or did you know I got close to you because of Sun Jia-ru? If it's the former, it's been a while. As for the latter, that's more recent. Meng Chongyu's shoulders slumped. Today, I want to confess to you. Confess what? Confess that you cured me in Heishi? No, The boy grabbed his hair in frustration. Let's get married. He said it, and both of us fell silent. After a moment, it seemed like he grabbed hold of something. Yes, let's get married. You gave up your marriage for Sun Jia-ru? I was stunned. And why do you think just because you want to marry me, I should accept? Not because of her. It's me. You've fallen in love with me? Meng Chongyu nodded slightly. I laughed. You got so deep into acting. I asked him. Do you know why I divorced G. Wiley? Because of Sun Jia-ru. Then how likely do you think I'll agree to marry someone who only approached me because of her? She's not bad. Just misguided by her family. That makes her bad. I cut Meng Chongyu off. I don't hate Sun Jia-ru for clinging to G. Wiley. It takes two to make a sound. But she never should have gone after my mother. I was about to marry G. Wiley at that time. My mom had been paralyzed for over 20 years. And her health was already poor. Sun Jia-ru somehow found out the address of her hospital. She went to my mom's bed and told her I was being kept by a rich man. My mom, who had never seen the world, only wanted me to go to college and live a stable life. She couldn't handle such slander. Even when I explained that we were planning to get married, G. Wiley never promised me a wedding. My mom didn't believe it. Her heart was so angry. Her condition worsened. She passed away very quickly. How could I forgive this hatred? I took a deep breath and looked at Meng Chongyu. At that time, Sun Jia-ru stole the footage of G. Wiley kissing her while he was drunk. Didn't you send someone to destroy it? Meng Chongyu bit his lip. Apologize, but do it with some sincerity. I looked at Meng Chongyu. Give me the video. His eyes flashed. I suddenly found it all so pointless. Forget it. You should go. G. Wiley will be back soon. Will you get back together with him? That's none of your business. I'll give it to you. Meng Chongyu stared at me. I said I like you. And I mean it. I've never had such an enjoyable experience with anyone else. I want to pursue you again. This time as myself. We'll get married. And go abroad to a place where neither G. Wiley nor Sun Jia-ru exists. It'll be just me and you. When G. Wiley arrived, Meng Chongyu had already left. I had hoped to see a confrontation between the two. You seem disappointed. Of course. I heard you say Meng Changyu was a troublemaker. And I thought he would face you head on. But as soon as he heard you were coming, he left. He mocked me with a smile. Doing this behind my back isn't enough? You're right. Earlier Meng Changyu proposed to me. That's pretty messy. Nonsense. How did you respond? I said I'd think about it. G. Wiley's veins bulged. Do you really think he'll marry you? When the time comes. I'll make sure everyone knows you were my ex-wife. His family will never accept you. I can live without seeing his family. I've been doing that for the past 2 years. I'm just waiting for the right opportunity. 2 years and still waiting. G. Wiley. I'm 30, not 3. I was wrong. G. Wiley moved closer. We'll remarry. I'll promise you a wedding. Getting a wrong word out of G. Wiley isn't easy. Agree? I want to study abroad. And I need a professor's recommendation. As soon as the words left my mouth, G. Wiley's face darkened. No, you're not going. Then forget it. G. Wiley, turn right and leave. Don't forget to fix my door, or I'll report you. You still want to go? I didn't answer. G. Wiley sighed. Fine, let's get the marriage certificate first. So, there's nothing to talk about? I thought you were trying to chase me. G. Wiley laughed softly. All right, I'll introduce you. Oh, and about Sun Jia-ru. When I mentioned her name, G. Wiley's face darkened. I'll take care of it. I'll explain to our child. The next day, I received an email from Meng Changyu. It contained the full video of Sun Jia-ru kissing G. Wiley. The photos from that time exploded online. G. Wiley was sitting on a chair, eyes closed. Sun Jia-ru gently kissed his lips. The footage looked meticulously taken. I searched for the hotel. The other party said the footage had been destroyed. G. Wiley clearly didn't want to handle it. With power and influence, he helped Sun Jia-ru do such shady things. Besides G. Wiley, it was Meng Changyu. I contacted the media and exposed the video directly. I also exposed G. Wiley's marital status at the time. The internet went wild. The discussion surged to the trending list. Oh my god. They were first talking about how they were childhood sweethearts. And now, boom, the guy's married. Explosive. This sister finally crashed. She bossed her staff around. Played diva on set. And all the dirt was suppressed by Capital. Big win. In the past, whenever Sun Jia-ru's scandals came up, they'd be suppressed immediately. But this time, it spread wildly. As the anti-fans jumped in and the public outrage escalated, I received a call from G. Wiley. Did you post the video? Has she come to find you? Your relationship is really tight. I said I'd handle it. You think I believe you? I didn't wait for a response and hung up the phone. At the same time, I received a message from Meng Changyu. Meng Changyu. She came to find me. Meng Changyu. I didn't respond. I smiled silently. I replied, good boy. Meng Changyu. Can I come see you? Me. No, me. I haven't forgiven you. Not long after, the trending topic died down. Sun Jia-ru responded. Sun Jia-ru. Thanks for everyone's concern. Childhood sweethearts is real. Cheating is fake. P.S. He's single. She also posted a childhood photo of her and G. Wiley. The army of paid commenters went wild. The sister has been beautiful since she was a kid. I knew you wouldn't do that. Sister and brother-in-law make a perfect match. I sneered at the message. Holding my chest. I had expected this all along. What's the point of being in pain? However, within minutes, G. Wiley, who hadn't posted a status in years, suddenly released a public statement. I'm G. Wiley. When that photo was taken, I was indeed married. I'm here to apologize to my wife. I am now pursuing my wife again. She's a private person. So please don't pay too much attention. I couldn't believe my eyes. I refreshed the page and looked again. It was definitely him. I froze. The phone vibrated. G. Wiley. My sincerity. For the next few days, I was busy with my study abroad application. I didn't pay attention to the latest happenings online. Then, one day, I received an unfamiliar call. Lin Chin Huan. Why do you keep lingering around? A big star deigning to call someone like me. How flattering. Little you actually betrayed me for you. I must admit, I underestimated you. Overrated. You gave me all the opportunities. Sun Jia-ru choked up. You really think posting a video will affect me? Of course not. This is just my first gift to you. A token of my gratitude for letting Meng Changyu get close to me. The next gift I'll give you is to make you disappear from the public eye forever. What a big mouth you have. You really think G. Wiley and little you will help you? They love me the most. I chuckled. I never expected them to help. I did it all from start to finish. It's just that when I take care of things, I don't need them interfering. After my mother passed away, I kept an eye on Sun Jia-ru. She used her strong connections in the industry to act recklessly. She offended a lot of people. Her dirty secrets were easy to find after a little digging. I found an assistant who had left Sun Jia-ru's company. She had long been a victim of workplace bullying by Sun Jia-ru. By the time she quit, her mental state had deteriorated. After spending some time with her, I managed to uncover some major dirt. In this circle, tax evasion had become an unwritten rule. But I never expected Sun Jia-ru to be so rich and still be involved in tax evasion. Recently, we had finally gathered all the necessary materials. This was also why I didn't want to play the deaf-mute game with Meng Changyu anymore. I hung up the phone and went straight to the tax office. I reported Sun Jia-ru for tax evasion. Ji Wiley was the first to get the news about my report. Are you really going to push me to the edge? Oh, Mr. Ji is heartbroken? Ji Wiley pinched the bridge of his nose. Do you have any idea how much money my film company will lose because of this? Couldn't you have waited a bit longer? Wait until I'm dead, maybe? When he mentioned it, Ji Wiley sighed. The Sun family has more connections in the system than the business world. They don't lack money. As long as they pay back the taxes, it won't hurt her. Yeah, I placed a finger on Ji Wiley's chest. Now we'll see Mr. Ji's sincerity. 3 months later, Ji Wiley took me to the airport. He texted me as soon as I landed in London. I'll arrange my work here and come find you. Got it. Stop being so wordy. Ji Wiley gave me a helpless look. During this time, we were both busy. I was busy with my study abroad applications, while Ji Wiley was busy cutting ties with the Sun family. Under Ji Wiley's influence, news of Sun Jia-ru's tax evasion was eventually released. Nowadays, society has zero tolerance for such incidents. The Sun family couldn't accept Ji Wiley's betrayal. The relationship between the two families deteriorated rapidly. Several of Ji Wiley's companies also took a huge hit. At the same time, Ji Wiley's and Meng Changyu's involvement with me became known to both the Ji and Meng families. Meng Changyu was sent abroad. Naturally, he refused to go. On the way to escape, he got into a car accident. I went to the hospital to visit him. The boy's right leg was heavily bandaged. When he saw me, his eyes turned red. I missed you. I looked at Meng Changyu but didn't respond to his whining. Instead, I said, take care of yourself. He was silent for a long time before asking, did you ever like me? I was moved, handsome, fit, and so well disguised as gentle and caring. Who wouldn't be moved? But so what? I smiled. There are plenty of young, good-looking, and gentle people in the world. Without you, I'd still fall for someone else. Inside the airport, the announcement for the flight to London began. I grabbed my large suitcase and said goodbye to Ji Wiley. It seemed like Ji Wiley sensed something and hugged me tightly. Wait for me. I patted his shoulder. I didn't answer. As I passed through security, I looked back at Ji Wiley standing far away. I smiled. Then, I turned and snapped my SIM card in half, throwing it in the trash. I also ripped up my London flight ticket. 6 months later, at a Stanford University alumni gathering, a group of people gathered and chatted. We suddenly started talking about the lies we'd told. Who hasn't told a few lies in their life? No, I guess Huan hasn't. She looks so well behaved. I held a beer in my hand and smiled faintly at the comment. I didn't join the discussion. I've told so many lies in my life. For example, I knew Ji Wiley liked children, but I never got pregnant. Saying I had a miscarriage was just a guess. He wouldn't verify it, and it stirred his hatred. For example, I met Meng Changyu 4 years ago. I clearly remembered when he stood next to Sun Jia-ru, looking at me with disdain. A country bumpkin like you isn't worth his time. And another example, I never applied to the University of London. After Ji Wiley recommended that professor to me, I went straight to him. This professor, renowned in the academic world, was high up. He could write you a recommendation, but only for the University of London. I smiled and pushed an envelope in front of him. What's this? He furrowed his brow as he opened it. A photo slid out, people drinking at a private party. At the center of it was the professor, surrounded by young women. The professor's face instantly changed. I smiled. It's just a Stanford recommendation. Nothing too significant. You wouldn't want your reputation to be ruined, would you? By the way, don't forget to keep this secret from Ji Wiley. I looked up at the moon outside. My thoughts drifted. Huan, are you not feeling well? A clumsy voice in Chinese interrupted my thoughts. I remembered his name was K. The captain of the school's football team. An American, handsome, and definitely popular with the girls. I smiled lightly. No, just a bit drunk. Kay handed me a glass of orange juice and sat beside me. His gaze was filled with the undisguised admiration of a young boy. I couldn't help but think of Meng Changyu. I chuckled softly, raised my glass, and lightly clinked it with Kay's. We meet many people in our lives. They come, they go, and they pass through. They are destined to be just passing by.